I've been doing fantastic with the running. How good have I been doing? Well, pay attention to this building right here. It is very windy because I'm at the end of the beach. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe I haven't looked at the ground that often, but down here it's crab-pocalypse today. There's so many dead little crabs on the beach. I don't know what the heck happened. Remember how I said to remember the tower of the church? That's right here. I've been running 26 minutes, no issues, steady pace, no cramps, feels good. Now I gotta go back to there. Okay, remember I said remember this tower? Well, it turns out we just ran all the way down the beach to the point where we could barely see it. We came all the way back. Turns out from here down to the end of the beach where I was, 2.3-ish miles, and another 2.3-ish miles back, 4.6 miles we just ran. Inside now, about to jump in the shower, but I just checked my stats. 4.6 miles round trip. The pace was about 12 minutes per mile, but that's all right. I'm not going for speed. I jog because it's easier on my knees. And then we had something about 760 calories burned, which is not bad. That's way better than I was doing at the very beginning. I'm using the term run generically. I'm fairly going at a jogging pace just because my knees from 20 years of skateboarding can't handle full-on running. But maybe in the future I'll build up. I do know that yesterday or 2 days ago when I was doing the run, I was sprinting or full-on running in segments because I was just feeling it in my knees and feeling the energy and feeling good about it. So maybe I can build up to there in the future. But for today, I'm happy with that. This is the first time I've actually measured to see how far I'm running and how many calories I might be burning, and whatever my pace is, I really don't care about that. That is definitely hail. Minutes worth of hail? That's all we get? Well, that's pretty unusual for St. Andrews. It doesn't really snow too much here at all, if any. But having hail for all 3 minutes it lasted, that's pretty unusual. And it could happen again based on the look of the weather. Well, here we are again at the outdoor office, if you will. It's an interesting time because the UK has really relaxed the lockdown, but Scotland has remained firm on it and is being a little bit more precautious about reopening things. And I think that's this confirms it was the right thing to do to come to St. Andrews, because one of the reasons I came here, I figured with the decreased student population, this would be a fantastic place, but this seconds the idea it was a good idea to come here because Scotland's taking a more firm approach to unlocking down things. And from what I read online, the MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology supercomputer, did some calculations and warned us not to open things too early. Now, if a supercomputer crunches the numbers and tells us not to open things too early because it could be a risk of the public health, I'm with that. So we're coming out of this. But for me, I've gone through some interesting stories while we've been in this whole lockdown. Some good, some bad. The good news is I've been fortunate. I kept my job, just moved online. I'm thankful for that. I saved a bunch of money and not having to drive to work every day. That was fantastic. I got to Scotland just in time before the lockdown to be here with my wife, and that has been great too. Unfortunately, there have been some bad things involved. I found out that essentially what would be my cousins in Mexico, one of them is a doctor, and he developed coronavirus. They inspected one of his lungs. They thought it was some sort of pneumonia, it turns out it's coronavirus. Now the good news is don't freak out, he's doing fine. So that's good. And so Raul, if you're seeing this, please get well soon. Thank you for all you're doing to treat people with COVID-19 and everything like that. A little more sad news. Another cousin of mine in Mexico, Ana Claudia, she had twins, but one of them didn't make it. This one actually did develop true pneumonia, and just as an infant, the story here is that they were premature, very premature, and an infant with pneumonia plus premature is no good. So the little boy did not make it, the little girl did make it. I'm just kind of staying focused and positive because the little girl made it, and so I'm super happy for that. But, you know, lots of people got displaced from COVID-19. The good news is that all of that is slowly starting to fade away. Now the real question is, will we have a vaccine developed? Will it come back? Who knows? So there's where we are up to speed right now. Another really important thing to talk about with all this is while this whole pandemic craziness was going on, we had to completely change the way society functions with business and industry, day-to-day life. And the one thing that I'm happy about is that we re-examined a lot the ability for society to work from home. It's amazing what you can do. I realize not every single last job can be done from home, but what would it be like if we eliminated a huge portion of the traffic on the road? What would it be like if you freed up 2 to 10 to whatever number of hours you spend driving every week and had that more to do what you wanted? And I hope that when this thing is all over and we come out the other side, that we take a lot of this work from home ability and we embrace it, or come up with some kind of hybrid of not having to go into work physically as much. Certainly our environment could benefit from it.
Your food is ready, so my friend just about to pack it.
No problem, no problem. I'll wait out here for you.
Okay, no problem.
Just waiting out here. I'm being kind. I don't want to wait in there and risk diseases and God knows what's going on with the COVID stuff. But they're finishing up the food now, and I'm so excited. Restaurants are open again. They're not open full time, but a lot of them are starting to reopen for takeout. I think they realize that it's going to be longer in the quarantine than they thought. So I'm here getting some delicious Thai food, and we're going to eat that up. All right, mission successful. We have our Thai food in the bag, and I cannot wait. We've been cooking a lot on our own, and we're fairly good cooks, but sometimes you just have to have somebody else do it. I'm sure my Thai food is no comparison to theirs. Yep. I always forget and I eat before I show, but at least I caught this one in time. Pad Thai, and it looks delicious.